All right, everyone. We're talking about high school this week. Something that took me 5 years to graduate. No lie, but that's what happens if you never go. Anyways, high school is a time of self discovery, rebellion, virginity loss, and failure. Mostly failure. Can't wait to hear what you guys have called in about this week. All right, let's get ready for Kyle and I's fun time.
Kyle, you're good with words. You know that, man?
I think the gym is dumb.
Did Rachel walk in the room? Of course I've eaten a Baconator.
Man, if you ain't doing CrossFit, you can get CrossFit.
You're right. A long burger's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
That's your sitcom right there as a Mr. Fix-It-All who just can't fix his heart.
We will not be defending Atlantic City.
No accounting for taste. If it's something that somebody loves, let's try and celebrate it instead of shitting on it. Did you know nearly 75% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about? I know I do. Before I started using Rocket Money, I thought I had about, I don't know, I think I have I was going to say 11 or 12. It's probably like 50. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/NAFT. That's rocketmoney.com/NAFT. rocketmoney.com/NAFT. I almost failed because of math. So, Buster, I didn't like math either, all right, buddy? But we're not going to...
Yeah, I never took a math course that didn't have the word remedial or pre involved in it.
I had to take that in junior college. I had to take, intro to algebra. That's how bad I was at math. Yeah.
I did too.
That was the only thing that I struggled with.
And by that time, I was in my 30s, and there were kids I'd almost graduated with.
Oh, dude, community college ruled.
It's it's definitely a subject for my favorite thing. We used to call my community college grade 13.
Oh yeah, everybody did.
Oh yeah, and it was on the freeway, just off the freeway. They would call it Harvard on the highway, like all the rednecks. Yeah, we had Cod State, and it was College of DuPage. Yeah, it was a Tarrant County Junior College, then Tarrant County Community College. They Dude, really turned into something. Ours, the big urban myth was like, they're gonna make it a 4-year school, dude. So if you just hang in there, that associates, that's gonna sail right into a bachelor's degree. So you just stay at community college for 4 years. But high school, a bachelor's degree is supposed to do, or associate's degree is supposed to do anyways. It's supposed to get you out in 2 years, and then that's the whole what is it? Pay to learn scam. Yeah, it would, but you'd pay to get this associate's degree. Like, cool, I'm only gonna have to go to a 4-year school for 2 years now, and then you'd get there like, nope, that's not how we make money. You're still gonna have to go here for a while. That would be a great course to teach in high school. Is like, hey, there's no shame in learning a trade. You'll actually make money sooner, and you will have something applicable. Auto shop. What a valuable thing that would have been to learn. Not that I wanted to be a mechanic. Did we turn our nose down in that class? Also, it was convicts. Like when I quit band in junior high, that was like your elective course. Like, all right, well, now you're going to go in the basement and be with these kids who just can't be tried as an adult yet. And it was what did I tell us? Yeah, it was the one dude named it was Jose and Jeremy, and it was like this metalhead versus this future Latin Kings member. Future, he was in them. Yeah, he's already down. Yeah, they wanted to that was the course he was excelling in. I walked in, and somebody else just went 3, 2, 1, go, and then they took history books, the thick history books, and started slapping themselves in the head with them. Because they were going to see who could break the binding on the book first with their face. Oh. And then... God, I thought it was going to turn into some kind of race riot, but no, it just, they're just pulling the old biodome. Yeah, just kind of cracking each other. So I didn't have a lot of chance. It's tough to learn woodworking when you're in a room that's nothing but weapons for these... Yeah. There's these children on work release. I remember, also we didn't have auto shop anymore, but then we did have they still had beauty, health and like like cosmetology classes and stuff.
Yeah, I think those gals went off camp. That was always like somebody's pregnant.
Yeah,
that was.
There was a lot of that, but it was also like a little bit like, man, that's a good job. And my friend Stephanie, who cuts hair now, $300. You know, like just to like get her to fucking come. Yeah, and she'll do 4 of those a day. You know, like, yeah, and she can do that in any city where people are willing to pay $300.
Yeah,
you know, like that's fucking $5,000 a week.
We had a aeronautics course, and for some reason, all the metalheads gravitated to aeronautics. The metalheads, I think it was Iron Maiden, and made all the metalheads want to fly.
I think, yeah, and there's
like
something about
the Valkyrie. Okay, well, this is a Cessna.
Guitar kind of has a little bit of a.
Yeah, this is a Piper Cub. It's not a winged dragon of the apocalypse, but it's the closest you're gonna get when you're 17. So.
No. Go stare at the microscope and tell me what you think it is. Yeah, it's like a child making images out of clouds.
Yeah. I liked. I had a good time in high school. The school part was relatively easy for me, and because it was, I got leeway to be like a smart ass because I was still doing the classwork. Yeah, and I could also make the teachers laugh, which is a valuable skill.
For sure.
What would you do different if you had to go back to high school? What would you tell? I
would have dropped out and got a GED.
Yeah, just expedited the process.
Well, I just didn't. I mean, if I have like that kind of, I wanted to do that kind of anyways, but I also kind of wanted to finish. You know, like because they would tell you shit like, you know, like adults in my life would be like, a GED is not the same thing as a high school diploma.
Well, they make it sound like, you were just going to be.
They also make it sound like I'm getting like "fuck the world" tattooed on my neck. You know, I won't be employable in some. You know, like. It turns out you can be employed with "fuck the world" tattooed across your neck.
Actually, now it adds credibility to a business if you have a face tattoo and work customer service.
But my point being, it's all a little like, you know, I think part of it's because of where I grew up. It's just so conservative, but it's also just dumb. Like it was a dumb way to scare people. You know, like. I just going back, I think I would have either just like put in the minimal amount of effort just to get through, or I would have done really well. I think I would have done the two because I know friends who do well who did well, like really well and got good, like good college scholarships and all this stuff, and I do better than them now.
Being able to test well just means I retain something for long enough to write it down on this test. You should give them the test a week after they took the original test and see how much information they retained, or they just remember it for the next day so they can get the test right. It's not displaying any analytical thinking or social prowess. It's just, I remember dates. I remember names and dates, and you're giving me multiple choice. Cool. Yeah. Look at me. I'm an honor roll student. It means nothing.
It means nothing. And also really what it means is that you have a parent at home a lot of the time who can make sure you get it done.
Yeah.
I kind of think that's part of it too. You know, like if my mom hadn't been working night shift, I think I probably would have passed high school in 4 years. You know, like it would have been such a fucking mess. But
did you lost your virginity in high school?
I did.
Which year?
First senior year. No, sorry.
I was kind of just lobbing that one over the net for you.
Yeah, Spike.
I was 23.
No, I was 16. Yeah.
Damn.
Lost it to Ugh, what a horrible story that was.
Oh no. Why?
Well, she just came so hard it was everywhere all the time.
Oh my god.
Okay. She got embarrassed.
Reaches out to me.
I do. I was into
She became a full woman.
Yeah. Let's just say that flower that I plucked had a little morning dew.
Oh no.
Too far.
Oh no.
Yes, me. a plump little 16-year-old had sex in high school.
Oh boy.
You were on the football team?
No. I was on the nothing team with the nothing.
I was on the plenty of free time and my parents aren't home team.
Yeah, kind of like I was on the hey, their mom works at night.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how. Yeah.
Man.
I did
Let's go hang out at their house.
I've told my virginity loss story on podcast before, but I guess I'll just do it real quick. I was this girl that liked me. First of all, you know, like the first kid you ever see scream back at their parents.
This isn't for you.
You know when you hear someone yell back at their folks for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy was named Mike, and he comes into this story later.
Okay.
So, these two girls that I knew that were like sisters, but not really sisters, who shared a 1-bedroom apartment with their mom, which I can't remember whose mom was. Like, they all lived there, and their mom went out of town. They were like, "Come over, we'll drink all this Malibu rum she has." And so he just got fucking shit-faced on coconut rum with her sister, and my buddy Blake, and maybe some other people were there, but it was at the end of the night, it was me and Blake and these two gals. Her sister went to go sleep in the bedroom. Blake passed out on the couch, and her and I started fooling around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, "Get Blake out of here." And I go, "Blake, go in the other room." And then he just stood up and threw up everywhere.
Oh.
And then we covered the vomit with a towel.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So there were two messes to be cleaned.
Okay.
Also, Portishead's Dummy was playing.
Oh, okay.
I can't place that one, but Portishead anything was.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Then this is where my buddy Mike comes in. We're like kind of, I guess bleep her name just in case, but I don't think it'd be a thing. It probably doesn't matter. Why do I care? Fuck. But they were talking on the phone, and she comes out of the bedroom. She goes, "It smells like sex in here." And then she handed me the phone, and she goes, "Michael wants to talk to you." And he just goes, "Shane, I'm so proud of you."
Oh, no. Oh.
But he was that guy was a psycho. I remember he's still a psycho. But one time we were throwing a party at our friend's house, and our friend's parents had asked Mike's mom to swing by the house and make sure there wasn't a party being thrown.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a huge party. It was a really good party. And when she walked in, Mike was just throwing loaves of bread into the rotating ceiling fan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And he was just like, "Wah!" And she walked in and goes, "Everyone, this party is over." And he literally goes, "No, it's not. Get the fuck out of here. You're embarrassing me." And she was like, "I'll call the cops." He's like, "You're not calling the cops. I know you're not calling the cops." Then they had to go outside and have a fight on the front lawn while everybody stood inside and drank beer.
I'm impressed that you did finish high school, Shane. It sounds like a wild upbringing.
Buddy, I was the good one.
I didn't do any of that. I didn't get wild at all.
No?
Believe it or not, I waited till it was much more expensive and detrimental to your life to start.
You put the miles on the tires pretty good now.
Yeah, it sat in the garage for a while. And then
we're going to hear about Kyle's good Christian high school experience right after this commercial break.
I have always struggled finding time to manage my finances. You don't want to deal with that stuff. At the end of a busy week, last thing I want to do is spend time budgeting all of my expenses or tracking down customer service teams to cancel old subscriptions I no longer use. Wait on hold, not in my house. But now I use Rocket Money, and it does all that for me. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. That is a good thing, people. I'm telling you that much. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved over 500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features.
The thing I like about Rocket Money the most is when I go and try and cancel my subscriptions. If I can't do it directly through the app, it gives me a step-by-step process on how to go to the website and actually cancel it through the company I'm trying to cancel on. So they simplify the things the company doesn't want you to. If you haven't tried Rocket Money, you should give it a shot. It saved me a few bucks, and now I spend that money on nothing because I'm not drinking.
Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/NAFT. That's rocketmoney.com/NAFT. rocketmoney.com/NAFT.
Everyone, we're back and talking about high school. Hey, Kyle, how was your high school?
Mine's not that interesting. I had a lot of fun. I just went to all ages shows every weekend. I did that a bunch too. Yeah, I was not in a crowd of like people that drank or smoked weed or anything. So I didn't get into any of that until after high school. And I just had a lot of fun and I did my homework and got good grades. But I don't feel like I was like, oh boy, I didn't capitalize on these best years of my life.
Yeah.
Like, no, I still had a lot of good clean fun. Had a lot of good, clean fun.
Good.
But no sex, no making out, none of that.
I wish I had thought about this a little more. Like, you know, the enjoy it while you're young kind of thing that your folks will say to you. Like, yeah. I still enjoy my life a lot. Maybe too much from a medical perspective. Yeah. I will say I had this thing happen. I might have talked about this on the podcast and I don't recall. So stop me if I have, because I don't want to bore them with the same story. But I was on tour with Bert on the tour bus, right? Mm-hmm. And for some reason the shows got canceled because of weather. So it was just me and the bus driver in town. And then everybody joined us after. And so that we had the night off and we went and saw the Jackass movie that came out. Have I told this story?
I don't remember.
No. So we went and saw the newest Jackass movie, or one of the newer ones. And it was just cool. It was a blizzard more or less, or a snowstorm. And me and the bus driver go in, and I walked in and there was these two kids that were so goddamn high already, like working behind the counter, like just ready to have the best fucking night of their young life. You know, like I could just look at them. They were like, oh yeah, man, I'll get you a cherry Coke. Right. Get him a cherry Coke. It's like, I don't think we have it. And they were just like, you know, like they were like, we're going to have so much fun once all these people get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And just like, it was very fun. And I looked at them with a great amount of envy. Like, you know, and then I also was like, had this moment of, because they were doing literally what I was doing in high school, like getting stoned and watching Jackass. Yeah. And then I realized I had this like moment of clarity. I was like, wait, I'm doing the thing they hope they're doing. They hope they're going to be on tour someday on a tour bus. You know, like,
look at me. I could be you.
Yeah.
Just
like
stay on track.
That kind of like, I still was envious of them. And I was like, just looking at, you know, they were just like little gum chewing tattooed freaks or whatever. So I was like, yeah, they probably want to do what I'm doing. You know, like they probably think it's cool at least. You know,
I would think so.
Yeah. And then I was like, so I kind of like just kept enjoying it and didn't really take it in any kind of perspective sense when I was young.
Well, you don't have perspective.
And then I was ready to leave.
Yeah, you don't have perspective when you're young. But I was very aware that the opportunities to be a teenager were limited. So
I didn't have that kind of concept in my head.
I think every weekend I was just looking for like whatever all ages show. How are we hanging out? What kind of... I wasn't lazy when it came to finding a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then when I started working, I was like, oh yeah, give me 2 or 3, like, let me deliver pizza, let me do all these things just so I could have money. Cause I wanted to be able to do all those stuff. Not like rich, but like, okay, yeah, let me be able to like get into the shows and pay somebody that's over 21 to buy me beer. But that was like when I was 18. So, but I knew that the kids that were taking high school seriously, like I got to do this. Cause then I got to do this. Cause I had one friend in high school was like, well, one day when I retire, then maybe I'll get into this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck are you? You're 17. This is what you're looking at. You're like, he just had it mapped out. Like, well, I'll do this and I'll go to school for this because that's what my dad went to school for. And in college, I'll meet somebody. And then when I graduate, I'll get married and I'll have kids by this time. Like, had it all mapped out. And I was like, but you could just drop dead when you're 22, like, and use that as
you work out any time for fun.
Be afraid of that, or use that as a motivating factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that I was like, I can't. Now the lack of planning. I also lived at home till I was 26. I didn't lose my virginity till I was 21. So some other things happened that might not be
awesome,
desirable to.
Yeah.
You know, I slip. I went the way
I don't
the
think
other
those
way.
things were necessarily because you were like not planning. I don't think that guy got laid when he was 21 either, or like until he was 21. You know, like
there was also calculated. But I live close to the city, so I can go see these shows. I can kind of come and go from the house I was living at as I pleased. So I was like, why would I want to pay rent?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Or at least, yeah.
You know, when you're from a young perspective, it makes sense. You know, like,
but I look back at what a loser I was like trying to meet women. Like, let's go back to your place. Well, it's 45 minutes away in the suburbs, and my mom's gonna be up. So,
want to bang in my Acura?
Acura? No, we weren't doing that.
What were you driving? What was your whip in high school?
High school. Senior year, I think I had an Oldsmobile Calais, which the dashboard would light on fire if I used the windshield wipers. I remember driving back from my cousin's house with a cup. Before anybody just had water bottles, I had just a plastic cup of water that I was driving with that I'd splash at the dashboard whenever I started to glow.
It's fucking wild what passed for roadworthy vehicles when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
I had a Tommy Boy happen once on my truck. Like
a deer was inside of it.
I was driving down the highway and the fucking hood came up on me.
No shit.
Yeah. And
that's
just
awesome. That's awesome.
I slowed down. I was like, hey, shit.
Well, I feel like, my high school experience was pretty great as far as what high school could be like. Junior high was just feeling like a white collar criminal in Gen Pop maximum security prison.
Yeah.
College was just an expensive 8 years of zigzagging between false dreams. But high school was a good time. I had a good time in high school.
Good for you. Tell me, before we get to callers, I think high school mascot. Do you remember it?
Oh God, we were the Addison Trailblazers. So it was Bucky Blazer. So it was supposed to look like a blue flame, but it kind of looked like somebody ran over Sonic the Hedgehog, or just like a tailless blue sperm.
Okay.
The Blazers.
Charlie, what was yours?
So Andy Dick went to my high school, and
it was just him. He was back there hitting on boys.
And when he was a senior, it was a brand new high school, so they let the senior class vote what the mascot should be, and so we were the Trojans.
That's like a good. But that's a good, it's a good look. Like you see the helmet and everything. And
but in high school, it was just all condom jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were the Eagles, pretty generic. Do you guys remember your class song? Did you guys have a class song?
No, maybe. I don't think so.
No.
I remember ours was Here I Go Again on My Own by Whitesnake.
Oh.
Wait.
Is that like the song for prom or whatever?
No, it was just like when we graduated, that was the song they would play.
Oh. Wow.
Somebody wanted to be like that.
Wow.
That's the most white trash shit I've ever heard in my life. Congratulations.
The amount of pregnancies in my high school, bananas.
That's the opposite of going again on your own. That is going again with a little buddy.
The amount of that sperm doctor in Indiana had nothing on a couple of guys in my high school class fathering illegitimate children. God damn.
White Snake.
Yeah, but I remember do you remember Moby, the artist Moby?
Yeah.
And he had I think he has the most commercialized piece of music ever. What's one of the things it was his biggest song that you would hear in truck commercials.
Yeah.
Somebody really wanted that to be the song. A bunch of people were leading the charge for that. And I think this kid's name was Rusty. Of course his name was Rusty. He was no, fuck that. We're White Snake in it. And he just let a child I would estimate that in my graduating class, the amount of kids whose children now go to that same high school is close to 80%.
Yeah, I think people, if they didn't leave, stay in town, they just moved to one more town over.
Yeah. Yeah. I was absolutely just ready to go. Everybody was so pregnant so fast. It was I don't remember. I got laid in high school, and then I didn't get laid a ton again. I don't think I got laid till senior year. So I had sex when I was a sophomore. Then I had sex again. But I think I was I was kind of happy, even though I wanted to have sex all the time. Looking back, the amount of guys that were getting laid a lot, the kind of guys that were getting laid a lot. A lot. I'm not saying all, but a lot of them have shitty lives now.
Peaked in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was feeling that way for a while when I was 25 living at home. I was man, junior year ruled.
Okay. Should we do some calls?
Sure.
Let's hear from the Cody Cats.
Okay. Do you want to call out what you want, or we want me to just play?
We're all just waiting to hear what soup Cody had.
Do you want to start with soup?
No. I think we now have a tradition
before dinner,
and we end with soup.
Right, you're right. Okay. Here we go.
Hey y'all, I just seen your post asking for opinions on high school. This is a dollar store plate guy. That pretty much sums it up. That noise is just it. I didn't have a good high school experience. It was whack. But you guys are trying to find the brighter side of it. You know what, guys? Maybe not on this one. You guys, good luck. It's good that we have public education. How about that? There you go. Public education and having a learned society is better than not having that. Even if it's barely passing. So I barely passed high school myself, man. There's a reason I'm working construction now. So, either way, man. Thank you guys for your show. Fuck high school. Sports,
my bad.
I did sports. That was good for a little bit, but then I'd lose at sports. I did wrestling, so it was just getting beaten up in school. I don't know. High school was whack.
All right.
Peace, y'all. Take care. Fucking Cody Kitty Cat, dollar store plate guy, Gay Suzuki, driving kid.
Nice. I like that people are giving their stats now.
We got regular callers. That it is, yeah. There does need to be a base level of knowledge for a functioning society. Read, write, math, this or that. All jobs are going to require these things. I think that's why the high school diploma does indicate that you can at least function at an operational level to perform at a job and make money. So even though you could know all that stuff, but if you don't have the diploma saying so, you're asking employers to take a gamble. But you can get you can graduate high school without proving any of that shit because the standards are so low and like the teachers are burdened enough to be like,
had anybody ever asked you for your high school diploma?
That's what I was like can't you just lie on this stuff?
Yeah, I think you can.
Well, anybody can lie, but can they find out? Like, yeah, I graduated high school. Yeah,
if someone's okay, if you're lying about going to high school, unless you're like a fucking art thief criminal mastermind, you're probably applying for the kind of job that requires not the greatest command of a lot of like higher learning.
I have a friend that didn't graduate high school, and she
Bragger.
has always lied and said that she graduated. I mean, she'll tell all of us she didn't, but on every job application, she says she did. And she didn't go to college. And then when we were...
She's a doctor now.
Well, I'm not kidding. We decided to go to grad school, and she's like, I didn't graduate from even high school. I was like, you think they'll really check? And she's like, I don't know. And so she lied, and they didn't check, and she has her doctorate. And now she's like the superintendent of some high school or like some school system in Northeast somewhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And she didn't graduate high school because like her life was getting crazy, you know. Everyone has shit happen. That doesn't mean you're not smart.
Don't even worry about scouting me. Put me in the big leagues. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So yeah, you can.
When I was 12, they put me on the senior team because I was so big and strong. That's fucking what. There's a comic here who actually he's not here anymore. He's in Des Moines. I saw him this weekend. But he just went into a construction site looking for a job one day. And the first person he saw was an electrician. And he goes, what do you do? And he goes, I can do pretty much anything. He goes, all right, well, come work for me. And he just he just lied about being able to be an electrician. And from on the job training, he passed the exam. Like it was like every day he's doing things kind of wrong that could kill him or light an orphanage on fire.
But that's called an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that stuff is. And having dealt with contractors at the house, there's a lot of them that are fucking idiots that definitely are learning on the job or actively not learning on the job. Because learning means somebody that knows what they're doing has to be here and point out what you're doing wrong. But I've just seen a crew of 5 dudes all fuck up the same thing and then break for lunch. Like, all right. But that's, I think you can lie for some of that stuff. I feel like that's a story like Matt Hoffman, the pro BMX rider, like was so good at like, you have to go through the amateur ranks and then become a pro. And so he entered and won the amateur ranks at the same contest he turned pro and then just won the pro, and all these seasoned BMX riders like, what the fuck? What are we up against?
Just to like see some kid ripping it and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a grown man.
Yeah,
I got 10 more years of this. That kind of
I guess I gotta look at my sponsorship dollars. They're about to thin out.
God.
But I remember complaining about like social studies to my dad or something. I don't give a shit about the capital of Turkmenistan or something. It's like, it's not necessarily that. It's about being a well-rounded person. It's about entering society and having at least the just minimal knowledge of the world you live in. How your government works and about how other governments that are different from this one work, and just being able to just fit in, to be able to just relate to somebody on just a base level. Like, oh, I have all the skills for this job because I graduated. Great. Can you just, shoot the shit with somebody about world matters? Oh, no, you're just a weirdo. Well, guess what? Then maybe the next guy gets the job.
Well, that is the thing. It's like, you have to just reach that certain point because like nobody likes dragging someone along.
Yeah.
It's like, it just sucks. But
it's also about exposing you to things that, because they don't know what a 16-year-old is going to be interested in for a career. And so high school does have to do the best. Like if you look at the job of high school to be like, not only do we have to make sure you can read, write, and do math, we also have to give you a decent amount of ideas to find out what you'd like to go. Ooh.
Oh.
I'm on the computer now that does it.
Oh, I didn't know I could do it.
Yeah. Buster Vision.
Sorry, guys. If you're listening to this, we got distracted by the
new
book effects.
But they also have to be like, maybe the world of science is what you'll be interested in here. So here's biology, here's chemistry, here's this.
Yeah. But
if it's politics or civics, we have to teach you that. Maybe we have to try and give you a buffet of interests that would give you a jumping off point when or if you go to college.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. But it's just like, I don't know how you encourage it without making people jump through all the fucking hoops they don't actually need to.
Well, I think that's why.
You know what I mean?
That's why I think when I went, there was like, you could take this curriculum, you could take that, you could take the auto shop, woodworking, the trade schools, you could take art and history and stuff like that, or you could take your, political science classes and this and that. You can kind of choose these packages.
Yeah.
That you think you might have like some interest within this range of these fields.
Then of course you have to have like a good teacher. There's a lot of variables in education. Just like maybe you are interested in science, but you have a horrible science teacher or someone who just doesn't like. There's a lot of stuff that's going to go beyond. So like if high school teaches you anything, it should probably be to be like very self-efficient. And if there's something you're interested in, but find out for yourself a little bit.
Financial literacy should be a mandatory class. Okay. Financial literacy, yeah, and social media, managing psychology and social media,
yeah,
especially for somebody that's 15 years old.
Yeah,
who was just saying that like their kid has to go to assembly and the principal's like, don't send naked pictures of yourself. Like that was the assembly was like.
Yeah.
Do not send naked pictures of yourself. Just don't. This is the whole point of the assembly. Don't do this.
My friend had to say that to his daughter. He was like, look, I know you might have to do this. Like boys will like, he was just, and he wasn't like, but he was just trying to be matter of fact about it. He's like, I'm telling you, like, I know what it was like. Like, I'm not trying to freak you out. He goes, this is the consequence of it. It's different than when I like.
It's part of the birds and the bees conversation.
And it was fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like my folks never even gave me the sex talk. I told my mom I wasn't a virgin. And then she came home the next day with a video on herpes.
That's useful.
Like a VHS or DVD?
Yeah. VHS.
Something.
I remember the font on the side of the box was like green and gooey looking. Like a Nickelodeon.
What is?
Oh no!
So there's a King Missile concert video. What is this?
It was wild. Yeah.
Was it from the hospital?
She was like, yeah, because she was a nurse, so she was just like, let's get this guy. It freaked her out, and I get it, but it was like a little like she was like, "You're watching this." I was like, "No, I'm not." And she goes, "Yes, you are." I was like. She tried to make me watch it in her room, and like she stood outside the room. I was like, "I'm not doing it." I just fell asleep,
scratching your genitals.
Now you have herpes for life.
Hey, I don't have herpes. I got to get more salacious calls, like from that one lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The old slurping and herping.
Here's the next.
Hey guys, I don't know if we're calling this Cody Cats now because of the soup reviews, but love the show. Shane, you and I actually shared some stomping ground in the DFW area. I saw on the socials that y'all were talking about high school. I went to a really tiny private school in Arlington, and when I say tiny, my senior class had 13 people in it because it was a bunch of homeschool parents that got together and decided to make a school in a church.
Wow.
There was a lot of ridiculousness.
That's some Texas
not
shit.
even sure where to start with that, but I think my favorite was our principal The guy was like almost 7 feet tall. I swear he looked like the 1950s George Reeves Clark Kent version of the character, and could never find pants that were long enough. So here we are supposed to respect this large, awkward-looking man roaming the halls when his khakis kind of look like capris. It was a weird time, and very Christian at that. And even at that age, I was like, I don't know if this is my thing. So high school, awkward time, had some laughs, glad it's over. Don't think I'd go to the reunion.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like if 2 of them die, then you have more fingers than living classmates. Yeah, a shout out to another DFW kid. Way to go, man. Glad you're doing okay. You know what I'm taking from that story, honestly? The fact that someone was 7 feet tall and they went back to high school. Like, that wasn't a burden for them then.
But no, he was the prince. He was the principal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I would do anything else. Go play basketball in Greece.
I'm just surprised you can't find pants that fit in Texas. Aren't you guys all about like, well, everything's bigger in Texas? We do. Can't get a pair of pants for this fella.
Excellent.
We're not the tallest state. We're the biggest state. We're second biggest.
Tall is big.
Tall can be big. Yes. Tall can also be thin.
Big and tall.
Yeah.
Big or
I
tall.
will say tall can be lean, which is not. It's like. But
get him some pants. He was right. Get this dude some pants.
Liam is like 7 feet, maybe 7'1", and he has to order his pants from tootallpants.com or something like that. But now it's there. You know, Liam's got a solution.
Yeah, there's a Short Kings store here in LA for like guys under 5'9", I think. For suits and everything.
Oh. Well, how tall are you?
5'9".
So you can't go
5'8".
Dwarf's too tall. Dwarf's too short.
I'm maxed out.
They know when you squat your weight.
Listen, braggart. Geez, everything's too small here. All right, guy. 13 kids in a new high school from various homeschools. Hey, congrats on that guy for even finding the podcast and calling in. You made it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
He's a secular being going to hell now. But we appreciate you.
Who else we got?
Here's the next one.
Hey, this is Cody. My take on high school it was pretty sweet because I sold weed. Meow, meow.
Yeah, dog.
I guess that opened some doors for you. Thanks, Code Man.
My man had some cash flow. I remember I went to Jamaica in 8th grade for like family vacation. I bought a Bob Marley shirt because Jamaica. I didn't even know what weed was. And then I wore it freshman year in high school. And this dude, Paul, was this giant deadhead, like just this big ogre of a jam band guy. He's like, Bob Marley. All right, man. See you party. I'm like, I enjoy fun. All right, we're going to party.
I didn't know what he was
talking about.
I don't want to sound like an asshole at all when I say this, but I listened to this week's episode today, and that story is it? Yeah. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean. I know.
Please, I want to be told. Well, because we're doing like high school. What did we do last week?
I know. Like I didn't want to dog you out.
No,
you should. A lot when I listened to it today.
Please dog me out.
The first time.
Oh no! Here's the next voicemail message.
Hey, Kyle and Shane, it's Pat from Lombard, Illinois.
What's up, homie?
I loved high school. I grew up in Elmhurst.
York.
Went to York. A York dork. I've always been a chubby kid, awkward, and
porking in York.
Middle school fucking sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But high school ended up being excellent. I basically found my tribe. a lot of people who I'm 40 now. I still talk to every chance I get when I'm able. Like, not everyone, but still a bunch of dudes and ladies. It's basically because we found punk rock at Seal the Deal. Mm-hmm. Going to shows. Elmhurst YMCA had them. Villa Park VFW.
Yes.
Arlington Heights Knights of Columbus.
No, but I know all these
off
places.
The alley and a lot at Fireside. But yeah, middle school sucked. High school was excellent. Yeah, dude.
All right.
It ruled. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.
That was
also Shane was awesome at Zany Chicago. Excellent. Thanks, and I am looking forward to seeing Kyle at Comedy on State next month. We're gonna travel up, take him the wife.
Oh, tight.
Take care, dudes. Bye.
Oh, thanks, man.
Elmhurst was like the nice suburb. Okay. That was next to Addison, but all those areas, like that was all the suburban all ages scene. That, like, what I was talking about, having the best time of my life every weekend going to shows, that was the same exact thing that I was talking about with this, like what this guy did. Like, oh, finally somebody got a driver's license so we can go to the city and see stuff. Otherwise it's close enough. We can walk or ride a bike, or somebody's mom will drop us off in the next town over to go see a show. Yeah. And it was, that I'm with this guy and I like it. I'm glad you found your tribe. York, you came from some money. All right. I get it.
York dorks.
Elmhurst. Shipped it up.
Yeah, it sounds super familiar to exactly what's going on in my neck of the woods. It's remarkably similar. So.
Yeah, I'm glad. This is similar, brother. Similar.
Here's
Thanks,
the
Pat.
last one before dessert.
Hi guys, I saw your topic is high school, and at a glance, I want to say fucking hated it, but actually thinking about it, I had a great time. I got to go to all the best concerts when I was, 15 through 17. Saw the Casualties for like $15. I saw Ozzy Osbourne when I was 15 at Ozfest. It was free. Long story short, I used to hang out with this hearse club. It's a bunch of middle-aged guys that own hearses, and they just let us hang out. Probably, in retrospect, probably dangerous, but nothing ever happened to me. But got to drive in a hearse all the way to Ozfest and got to see Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, sometime.
That's pretty rad. Lost my virginity. I got a fake ID. Got to go to bars. Saw all my favorite punk shows for very little money. I guess this isn't really related to high school at all, but I was in high school during these cool periods. I took German class, I got to learn how to speak German. I don't know how to speak it now, but during the time I was in school, I was pretty good at it, pretty fluent. Not fluent, but, conversationally okay. Met some of my best friends, that I still have now. I'm 32. I don't know. I gotta say, it was pretty cool time. I played tennis when I was in high school, and I was really, really good at it. I don't play tennis anymore, but I was really good at tennis back then. There's probably gonna be some hatred, for the topic, but I think in my own experience, I came into my own, and really developed the person I am today. I got really liberal and politically active. And I still hold many of those same values to this day. And there was, I guess, again, it's not really the high school that I went to that really developed my personality, but it had to contribute a little bit, right? I don't know. Anyway, love the show. I cannot wait for Dirt Nap. Shane, Blue Eyed Mexican, hilarious. You're killing it. I'm really happy for you. Charlene, thanks, man. I think you're the best podcast producer I've ever,
Look at that, huh?
Not encountered, but you're doing a great job. I love it. You have some great jabs, and please keep it up. I love this thing. I miss him.
All right. Well,
he was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
In high school. Now he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, now he's really just kicking back these days. But it's also the time period of high school, which I think he was getting at. Which that's what I equate the good time with. Not necessarily the school itself, but all the other goofing off and having fun and like early jobs that you just dick around at. What was your first job in high school?
Heidi's Frozen Yogurt. I started when I was 14.
Man, I worked at an ice cream place, like my mom's second cousin owned it or something. And I was like so bad the first day that they just didn't put me on the schedule ever again. I would call it, everyone calling your veils. Like, I'm around this week. Oh, we're pretty full up.
I remember I got fired from that job. Did I tell you about the food court mafia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when I got fired from that job, I went to work at Brahms, was like a burger joint, wherever, and like shakes and ice cream and stuff. And I remember I interviewed, and she goes, "Oh, you have ice cream experience." And I was like, "Oh God,
this is how the world works."
To be awful at this job too.
Charlene, first job.
Well, back when I was in high school, Target had an actual cafeteria. It wasn't just like, now it's just popcorn and ices basically, but they had like, you could get burgers and patty melts and it was like
worked
diner
at the Target
food.
Cafeteria.
And I worked at the Target, whatever you would call it. Eatery. And my training consisted of them handing me a book that had all of the recipes in it and walking away. And then I was just in charge of cooking food and I had no idea how to cook. So it was wild.
I mean, who's sending food back at the Target cafeteria?
Oh, they would. Oh, they did. And I just kept being like, I don't know how to cook. I don't know why they hired me to do this. But basically, I was a short order.
I ordered
cook
a hamburger, not a tube of cold meat.
I know. I'm sure I get so many people sick because, like, I didn't know food safety.
My buddy applied for a job at high school at this Italian place, and he just walked in. He goes, "Hey, I'm looking for a job. Are you?" And the person, like, I guess that it was like he talked to, just goes, "Come with me," and then just walked him into the back and showed him the dish pit, and just was like,
"Yeah,
yeah."
I worked at Kmart. Was my first job in high school, and I took out the trash. And there was a Little Caesars in it, and they would throw out all the pizzas at the end of the night because we can't just give them away. So I would like put them on the cart and then hide them because I'd put the trash on top of them, and then I'd sneak the trash pizzas into my car at night.
Oh God!
Gross, wet boxes of trash pizza.
It is like such a gross high school thing, but. I worked at like in the same food court. I worked at like the people who own the pizza place and the Philly sandwich place were right next to they were right next to each other. So you would work at either and just wherever they wanted you. And I was emptying the grease trap for the fryer and I was rolling it out because it was real heavy and it just tipped over and spilled in the back of the Chick-fil-A. And he goes, the guy who owned it was like, "Get all this shit out of my store." And he was like, and he just started screaming. It was just some fucking typical like money business guy, some fucking prick. And then I remember I go, "I don't work for you," and I just left. Like I was like, it was one of the few moments in my life where I was at that point where I was like, "Fuck you," like I'm a person. Like it was an accident. Yeah.
That was like working at the Kmart when it's like the new manager would be a 22-year-old graduate or like business school student coming in, managing a Kmart. Like, you're 5 years older. Like, you're 6 years older than me. Was this your dream?
Yeah. Why are you doing that? Like, you're just like, you must have some kind of obligations that are like
Yeah.
Profound. You know,
do you ever have fun? Have you just been 50 years old since the time you were 9? Because it looks like you must have been.
I worked at Blockbuster, and God damn it. I remember this one woman, she actually worked at the Brahms Burger place too, and she got hired over, like, I got fired from Brahms or quit, I can't remember. And then she came over, it was the same thing. And she was like real shitty. Like, I had a pager, and she was just like,
you did.
You can't have a pager on the floor when you're working. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she had her pager like on when she was working, and I was like, just like made a joke, you know, like, oh, you know, like got your pager on, like, and then she took me into the back and talked to me. She goes, Shane, I will have a pager on if I want to have a pager on. And I was just in my head, I was like, you're a fucking loser. Like
you got fired from a lot of jobs, didn't you?
Yeah, man, but I always worked. Yeah.
Until I didn't and got fired.
But I would say this, I always, like, any kind of job I was going to get, I knew I was going to get again, especially at that, you know, like, I wasn't I wasn't going to move away to like Oklahoma City and then have someone be like, I heard you can't cut it in the fast food burger game.
What was it? Is it your joke or somebody else's where like you can get fired? Like Wendy's doesn't talk to Burger King.
Same idea. Yeah. But that's not my joke, but it's very funny.
That is funny.
Yeah. I like the criminal enterprise. We knew a gal, Mary Ellen, that worked at a McDonald's when we were in high school. And like, I was guilty. I'm like,
I met her.
No. That was a different Irish named ladies in Chicago. There's a bunch of them. That's different. That's different. Starts with a Mary with 2 names.
Yeah, Mary.
Yeah. And we'd be like, I just want what I'm ordering. All right, please. You don't need to hustle. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. All right, pull around and just 40 cheeseburgers. Like, God damn it, man. Oops, I guess I rang it up wrong, guys. Enjoy. See you tomorrow. Like, all right, I guess we're going to go find him who wants to eat 40 cheeseburgers with us.
That was like just such a great little victory at that. God, this one guy I knew just at Brahms, at a different one, had memorized all the prices and totals, what they had added up to. He was just really good at it. Like the man. So anytime anyone paid cash, he would just delete the order and then give them their correct change. And then total something else
and
up.
And then just, He
just Rain Man the whole operation.
And like, I remember one day he was like, I think they're on to me. Inventory's fucked.
I did not calculate that
That's
part.
9 gallons of milk. You know?
We have a really great message from Cody. You want to end on that?
Let's
do it.
Let's do it. Thank you for your calls. Let's do what now? What now is the climax of the episodes?
Here we go.
Thank you, Cody Katz.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
Oh God! If
I
you
fucked it up every time. Huh.
He was going to talk about chicken noodle this week.
Yeah, did he give us a glimpse into what was going to happen?
Little peek into the recipe book.
You've seen them at clubs and colleges across the country, and you've seen me in your dreams. It's the Soup Man.
Soup Man!
Hey, guys. I'm glad that you really enjoyed I'm trying out new intros. I'm glad that you enjoyed the calls.
Podcast and a podcast.
I haven't finished the episode yet, so I don't know if you, like, tear me apart or anything.
We would never.
Hate me. But anyway, Zuppa Toscana. Because when you're here, you're family. My parents invited me and my fiance to Gem Fair, and we went to Olive Garden because I was like, well, fuck it, I haven't been to Olive Garden. You guys been to Olive Garden in 15 years? And they're like, no.
Can we unpack this for a second?
I relived that one time when I was 15. I went on a first date and had $40.
Did we just cruise over Gem Fair?
What is Gem Fair?
At first I thought that was the name of the restaurant.
Yeah. I'm going to Google it.
I'm assuming, I'm guessing you're in the conference hall of a hotel and there's a lot of people with pretty rocks.
The first thing that comes up is a Gem Expo in Costa Mesa, California.
Costa Mesa is the big one. What we're looking. Our man is in Utah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gem Fair.
Oh,
I also like, Charlene, that you spelled fair in the old timey Renaissance fair way with an E at the end of it. Is this it? Salt Lake City? Oh no, that was last summer.
So is this Gem Fair, Salt Lake City?
Oh, Gem Fair is it?
Oh, it's like Ozfest. It travels.
All right,
but so you went to. Go ahead, Kyle.
I just like that was Cody. Don't feel bad about going into detail. Paint the picture for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we're not going to feel bad about not going into it, don't feel bad about going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I'm like, did you score any fool's gold? I don't know. I'm trying to think of gems. Like entry level gems. I don't know if you're coming out with like rubies and diamonds.
Geodes.
An opal.
Yeah, some geodes maybe. Yeah.
What if he's like a crazy successful gem collector who also is finally into soup?
Well,
like
it's his
this guy is a very interesting person. Whatever.
He's a tycoon.
It's his parents that invited him and his fiance, and that just makes me like Cody even more. That it was a little family outing to the gem fair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then as a family, they went to Olive Garden. Not only are they like family there, they are family.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's
let's
the
hear
rest
it.
of
Let's
it.
hear it.
It's okay. Potatoes, sausages, green stuff.
Peppers?
It tastes like somebody dropped a chemical in it, but Italians. Hey, Mamma Mia. Is that Clorox? 4 out of 10. It's fine. It's fine. Olive Garden. When you're here, it's fine. KyleKinane.com, ShaneIsAComedian.com. And if you can't figure out how to use the internet, don't ask them in their comment sections when they're going to be in your fucking near. Oh, when are you going to be near Minnesota? Shut up. They were there a week ago. Anyway, love you guys.
There 2 weeks.
Meow.
Oh, too much.
Oh, Soup Man.
My mom listens.
One suggestion
Yeah.
To his ratings. Mm-hmm. He should be doing it by number of spoons.
Oh, how many ladles?
He needs to do something little like spoon themed.
How many oyster crackers?
Yeah. Oh. Half a package of crackers to chicken noodle.
My mom, after she complimented that photo she saw of you and your beautiful eyes, she was like, I don't understand the cat thing. I don't. They make meow noise. Did I miss an episode with cats?
Oh, dude, that's so sweet.
She's talking about me. She's like, you always look so upset when they do it.
You know what is so funny? Is I think I told you both this, but for the listeners, when she came, she goes, I listened to the pod. She came to my show in Chicago with Amy. Mm-hmm. I listen to the podcast every week, Monday, when I brush the cat. It was so sweet. Yeah.
That cat does love a good brushing.
Yeah.
Cody.
I stopped myself.
Cody, I want you to give that type of soup a different chance at perhaps a different, more authentic Italian restaurant. I am a big fan of family style Italian restaurants. Hit it with that Parmesan cheese that's sitting on the table when they get it to you.
Don't hate that myself.
I like pond scum, just a shiny layer on top. That's how much Parmesan cheese I put on there. I don't know. Is that zuppa Italiana? Just the stuff they give you kind of complimentary with the bread right away?
I think so. But like, I feel like that's the soup I like. One of the soup, not the soup, but not singular, but I feel like I liked that one.
I like it a lot. I like about it at Olive Garden. You can have as much of it as you can handle.
I am like I've said it before and I'll say it again. This podcast is a fan of a few things: booze, a bargain, and probably sleeping in.
Oh yeah, he did nail. That's a big 3 for me. Yeah. But all you could eat all you can eat soup and breadsticks, I think, or all you can eat salad.
And by the way, just since like you guys are probably still listening with your ears pinned to the speakers, if you got some food you've never tried, some kind of cuisine you've never tried before, call in, give us some reviews. Cody's great on soup. Cody's the innovator, and he's not going anywhere.
But call in and tell us you did something that you thought was going to suck and it turned out to be good.
Yeah,
no matter what.
We'd love that.
That'd be that's the whole gist of the podcast. And you do something that you were dead set was going to be terrible, and you surprise yourself by enjoying it, and you're glad you gave it a chance.
Please do. I'm going to try Christianity again.
Oh my God.
Yes. Kyle, they can find you at kylekinane.com.
I mean, Cody covered all this.
Yeah. Do you got a date you want to plug coming up? All right. Dirt Nap, Kyle Kinane's new special about a sweet little kitty cat. I myself can't wait to see it. I feel like I've seen some of it live, probably.
Yeah, you've probably seen all of it. Yeah, that's March 4th. That comes out March 4th for 10. If you pre-ordered or paid $10 for it, otherwise you can wait a month. It's free on YouTube with commercials.
But with that being said, you guys should pre-order it because I saw it and it's worth paying $10 for. And we have to give away our art all the time now. Hence this podcast. So, Cody's the only one of you bastards really contributed.
I wish Cody would. I wish Cody. Sweat equity. Yeah, where could he tell us where we could find Cody's soup reviews?
Yeah, we can put them on the Patreon. We could cut them in, give him a wooden spoon or something. Oh, wooden spoons. That's your ranking. Yeah, but also my internet friend, my social media friend, has a restaurant that is nothing but like he has 2 restaurants. The one makes nothing but like gourmet soups. So Kyle, when you're in New York, buddy, Cody, you're welcome to come. Big old soup day, and then a splatter platter in the toilet for everybody.
No,
come on, you can't have that much soup.
Okay,
I can.
Yeah, you can. Too. All right, yeah. Dirt Nap, March 4th. Find me at ShaneIsComedian.com, Shane Torres across the internet on the internet, social media platforms. Coming up, I got dates and you're going to come to them. Otherwise, whatever I do to myself is your fault.
Are they in Connecticut at all?
No. Why would they be in Connecticut?
Well, speaking of slurping on something.
Yeah. That was where the lady was from. Yeah.
Yep.
You can catch me in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, March 5th at the Plus. Minneapolis, Minnesota, 6 shows.
She wants a little
comedy club. One of my favorite places. I'm plugging right now. Dick nose.
I wanted to say she wants a little Shanestroni.
Baltimore, Maryland at the Port, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Punchline. That's all of my dates for March. So please come out, and I can't wait to see you guys soon. Thank you very much. Go to my merch store, bands in town, all that stuff.
Charlene, what do you want to plug?
Yeah. Just listen to this podcast. Thank you.
Hey, also,
you're the only one that gets paid for this.
I will say this. If you want to do us a favor, like the podcast and please share it. Share the clips. That would help a lot.
Yeah.
So other than that, we love you guys. We can't wait to see you next time. All right. Everyone, this has been No Accounting for Taste. And I'm starting a new tradition right now. And that tradition is Grabowski.